Hi, so yeah, I'm doing this little intro to the video you're going to see next of my hi-fi journey, how I started listening to music back in the 70s. And with this intro, I wanted to let people know that I talk about how to maintain their gear, and there's something else. If you're going to get into collecting old AVRs, amplifiers, processors, research them. Learn how to test them, so if you buy them, you know how to test them to see if they're working properly. And yeah, so this is just a little intro to let people know I'll be showing the equipment. This video you're going to see after this little intro is about my hi-fi system, but that hi-fi system, I don't have the processor and the amp right now. I have them, but I've replaced them with an AVR, an all-in-one. And that's the video. After you see this video, you will be seeing the processor and amplifier, which I've replaced right now. And I'll be posting that video a couple of days after this video. And you guys can check out the processor and amplifier. I've opened them up and show the internals. So I hope you watch this video and then you watch the next video of the actual equipment. It'll be a Marantz AV9000 is the processor, and a Kenwood KM-X1 amplifier. Alright, thank you. Alright, the reason I'm doing these videos is, hello, buddy. Oh, I've got my two cats here. This is Oreo and this is Gandalf. But yeah, I'm trying to do a documentary or little videos on my personal stereo equipment, my personal stereo journey. You'll see from some other videos that I edit in with this one. I just want to bring to people electronics that they can get for decent prices, that are excellent pieces of gear that were thousands of dollars, you know, like 20 years ago. And if you can get one that's still working and in good condition, you can get them for fairly good price. Some of them fairly cheap. And I'll let you know, I'll be showing some of my stereo equipment here. And what I like to do is I watch videos and I just see videos of people, you know, playing them, you know, like 2-minute short clips, but I sort of want to open them up and, you know, show people the insides, give them some advice on how to maintain them. I'm sure if you're into audio that you probably know this, but if you're beginners, you might not. So yeah, so you'll hear this in some of my other videos. My hi-fi journey started in my mid-teens. A friend of mine had a Marantz, I think it was a 2235 or a 2245, and a turntable, and we just used to go to his room after school or in the evening and crank up the tunes, you know, The Who, Led Zeppelin, Van Halen, you know, just the good music from basically the 1970s. Molly Hatchet, Charlie Daniels. So, and in that time, I've had different pieces of gear. Some of the ones that I've sold, I've had Monster amps, Monster 3250s and 5150 5-channel amp, and 3250 is a 3-channel amp. I've had a Sunfire multi-channel 7-channel amplifier. I think it's TG7401. And in one of my other videos, I talk about a Marantz system that I just recently sold. Let's see, can I think of any others? When I first came in the Navy, I had a Kenwood system. I purchased it, I believe, at the PX in the Philippines, or in Guam, I think it was, and I brought it back on the ship. It was just a Kenwood component system, had a turntable, had a cassette deck, an amplifier. I mean, this was probably mid-80s. Then I've had a Pioneer Elite, I think it's VSX 94 TX at one point. Let me see, what other stereo gear? I'm trying to think. I've had quite a bit of stereo gear, sold it over the times, but now I'm sort of hooked now on Yamahas and some Pioneer Elites. From the Pioneer Elites are from the mid to late 90s, right as DTS and THX and all was coming out. And some of these items that I have were several $1,000s, but I got them for a steal. And like I say, I know everybody touts the mid-70s equipment, Pioneer, Sansui, but I think people are leaving out these great audio pieces from the mid-90s into the early 2000s, or even the mid-2000s. I'm trying to get a Denon 5805. The thing weighs 90 pounds. When they first came out, I think they were like $5,000, somewhere around there, $5,000. Now people are selling them for like $1,500. And hopefully they'll become the next generation of collectibles in hi-fi if you keep them. They're a lot harder to maintain than the stuff from the 70s because there's so much more digital stuff in them. But hopefully the amplifier sections, hopefully they'll still have, transistors that are suitable replacements in case you blow out one of your channels or something. But if one of your main chips goes bad, you're on one of your digital boards, it might be hard to replace unless you can find a junked unit that has a good board or something. But yeah, just if you maintain them too and you keep them well, they should give you many, many years of enjoyment. So yeah, so that's where I'm going to leave it off at, and I'm going to splice this video in with another video and show you my system, and I'll probably be bringing you an unboxing video of a unit that I just purchased off of eBay, which is very exciting. So yeah, alrighty, bye-bye. Yeah, so I'm a neophyte in the YouTube arena, which is a beginner. I wanted to do these videos to sort of show stereo equipment from the mid-90s up into the early 2000s that you can get for a really good deal now. I know a lot of stereo videos are on the stereo wars from the 70s, but the units I want to show are ones like I say, from the mid-90s into the early 2000s, which I think are really beautiful pieces of equipment. In fact, one of the ones that I'm going to be showing is, in my opinion, it's a beautiful piece. Granted, it's all black, but if you ask me, it looks like the black monolith in the movie 2001, A Space Odyssey. And it also weighs, probably, you would think that it was forged from a dwarf star with how heavy it is. So, yeah. So I'm going to be doing some videos here showing nice pieces of stereo equipment that you can still get at a fairly good price. Granted, they're not going to do Dolby Atmos because most of these are pre-Dolby Atmos era. They're Dolby Digital and DTS, usually 5.1 up to some of these receivers that hopefully I'll get at one point can do up to 10 channels of amplification. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy these videos that I do.